If you're a chewer or your child chews, you might have wondered why. Perhaps you've tried to stop the chewing and that didn't work. Did you know that chewing is a very common stim, and stimming is an essential part of self-regulation? That's because chewing is related to our sensory processing system. It's quite common for autistic people and people with sensory difficulties to have problems with their sensory system. This is all to do with our senses and how our brain responds to the messages that they send us. So let's find out why we chew and how we can help. We commonly are taught that we have 5 senses: sight, sound, smell, taste and touch. But actually we have 8. Well, we probably have more, but 8 that I'm going to talk about. The 3 less commonly known senses are interoception, which is understanding what's going on inside of our bodies. Lets us know if we are hungry or thirsty, if we need to go to the toilet. People who struggle with interoception may forget to eat or struggle with potty training. Vestibular, our sense of balance and spatial awareness. The vestibular purpose is coordination, movement and balance. So if you struggle with vestibular, you may have problems with riding a bike. Proprioception, also known as our 6th sense, and that's our body awareness, knowing which parts of our body do what and where our limbs are in space. The proprioceptive system forms sensory input that sends messages to the muscles and joints in our bodies. This is how we know where our limbs are in relation to objects and people. If you struggle with proprioception, you may struggle with things like catching a ball. So why do people need to chew? If you have difficulties with your proprioceptive system, it can cause problems with movements and levels of arousal. Signals are sent from our senses to our brain, but they get jumbled up, causing the brain to form inappropriate responses. This can cause incorrect sensory signals to be sent to the muscles in our oral sensory system, and that can cause us to bite or chew, which can also cause a sensory overload. Sensory overload is where one or more of our senses experiences overstimulation, and a sensory overload can display lots of unwanted behaviours. Sensory overloads can cause stress, fear, anxiety, irritability, lack of focus, shouting, screaming, biting, chewing, covering our ears, covering our eyes, running away and hiding, amongst other behaviours. Everyone will experience a sensory overload differently. If you can catch it before it goes too far, self-regulating and stimming can help. Now, stimming is a natural behaviour that we do to calm and regulate our sensory system. Self-stimulatory behaviours consist of repetitive movements and sounds, and they can help us to focus, self-soothe, block out too much sensory input. They can help us to feel calm, help us concentrate. They can reduce anxiety, provide extra sensory input, prevent sensory overload, control our impulses, manage our emotions, and regulate our sensory system. Now, some examples of stimming, and there are more, but here are some: spinning, jumping, flapping, chewing, sniffing, tapping, knuckle cracking, pacing, toe crunching and listening to music. They're just some examples of stimming. Stimming is self-regulating and really, really important. It happens when we need to regulate the proprioceptive system. By regulating that system, it can help us feel calm, safe and organised. Chewing is a common stim, and addressing the need to chew is very, very important. We can support the need to chew by trying some oral proprioceptive activities like blowing bubbles, whistle blowing, blowing through straws, chewing gum, eating crunchy foods like carrots, sucking on boiled sweets, bouncing on trampolines, sucking thick yogurts and milkshakes through straws, and of course, chewy gems. Now, chewing is a great way to calm and organise the sensory system. And the really good thing about chewy gems is that they are portable. So you can pop them in your bag, around your neck, take them everywhere. Plus, they are super easy to clean. Chewing is a great way to calm the sensory system, self-regulate and stim. Now, we've been helping people in the sensory community for over 12 years now. Nobody knows our products better than us. So if you're unsure of which chewy gem you want to start with or which chewy gem you want to buy, contact us, speak to us and we can help.